Hi, welcome to one more episode of Zindagi Ka Safar. And when we are talking
Hello,
about
Queen. Yeah.
Hi, welcome. So Vishaka is joining us from Bangalore. Um, so she is going to be sharing about her Zindagi Ka Safar. But before that, let me share one small instance which is there. And when you're looking at Zindagi, uh, one of the things I think all of us do is we have to write exam in our life, yeah, and even after we finish our school, we have to keep on continuously. Life gives us a lot of exam which is there. But I recall
Yes.
one of the major exam for any person in India will be about the board exam which is there, and you normally go to a different school and write it. My board exam, my sitting was in Hudder School, and uh, I went there and got into the seat and all. So, if I remember correctly, it was in class 10B where I was put, which was there. And then I was writing it, and then the teacher came and was just looking at it. So now, if you look at it, this is actually the same class which I visited a few years back. The same classroom. I think some of the benches have changed, but one bench which is just behind where I'm sitting. Um, because the way I remember that will be the particular benches on that was written octet. Yeah? And the teacher came and teacher looked at it and I think it was a math paper or maybe physics paper, I don't recall. And the person said, "Why did you write that?" I said, I never wrote anything of that sort. So then the person looked at me, looked at the stuff for some time, and then said, I think looks like some of our students only have done it. Um, so this is about my recollection about Huddas, and Vishaka is actually from Huddas. And I don't know whether Vishaka, were you in 10B by any chance?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
was
are
in
in
10th
10B.
B.
Okay, so are you the
Yeah.
culprit who might have written octet in this particular bench which is there?
Oh, I see. That's a funny question, actually. I never wrote anything, of course, but few of the naughty girls are there. So they thought that, it should be a, good remembrance if you just write opted there and leave the school. Yeah. So that I can recollect. Yes.
So this is still there after more than 35 years. And I think if you visit,
I need to check on that. I need
yeah,
to
if
check
you
on that.
visit the thing and figure out one of the benches, somehow it has still lasted. The bench has lasted, and whoever has written octet has still lasted. Okay, having said that, this is how I think how life journey for all of us has been. So, Vishaka, tell us, because I believe since you are from Hudder School, uh, where did you, where were you born, where did you grow up, and how did you start
Yeah,
off your career
basically,
and
yeah.
all? Yeah.
I born in Wardha. It's in the
Hmm.
Maharashtra only,
Hmm.
and there my father was a professor in Nagpur.
Okay.
So yeah, of course, my upbringing and my education it was in Nagpur, even primary as well as the high school and secondary school education.
Hmm.
Primary, I used your school. I used to go to Tilak Vidyalaya. It's
Okay.
a very famous school, and the teachers were very fascinating and motivating sort of.
Hmm.
And even the school was in extracurricular activities.
Hmm.
So the school was known for his bright student. Later on, we got to know that each and everybody comes out to be brilliant and they are doing excellent in their profession. But
Uh,
then, yeah, they used to teach us a lot of extracurricular, like sports are also very well done there. And then these cultural activities, the annual school gathering. I was fascinated more towards this, and even academics. I used to take a good interest. They used to provide a good library, and then those days, those comic magazines as well as lot of these binding books were coming. The story
hmm.
books. So we were used to wait for that particular period and day,
Hmm.
and yes, really enjoyed those
So
days.
this
And
is you are
I
talking.
especially I wanted to
Sorry.
tell you
This
that
you are talking
sorry,
about
please.
Hudder School. Sorry. This you are talking about
This
Hudder
is
School
for
or
this one.
Tilak?
This is the very primary education I got
Oh.
in Tilak Vidyalaya.
Okay. So that had so much facilities. I was not aware. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So most of the mock from that, all my friends, as a team, we took admission in Hadass High School. So I
Uh,
50% of the crowd was from the same school. So
uh,
it was nothing new from me in terms of, of course, I got my old company of
hmm.
friends. But then the entire scenario was together different, so much, everything was in the big version, a big school, huge building, still it's there existing, and they have diversified a lot, surrounded by lush green, that's agricultural fields, So as the harvest keeps coming, and we used to enjoy even those things, how the crops grow up and all that stuff. And yeah, it was was well known those days for his academic performance, excellent academic performance school used to give. I mean, students used to give, and it was known for that. Other than that, a lot of there's a badminton court, which was always fascinating me a lot. All the proper areas are allotted for different activities like a handball or volleyball, then basketball. So that is only one, all the games under one roof. That sort of facilities we had. Yeah, a lot of good memories there. And even we, the inter college, sorry, section, intersection, the competitions used to be there. So we used to enjoy a lot, having good sportsman spirit and all. So that was just, those memories I will never forget.
Yeah, because I think it's wonderful that at our time, many of the school had, I think, huge playground which was there. I have visited Hudders School, and it's got one of the biggest playground which was there. And there was a lot of emphasis not only on studies but also on extracurricular activities. I think that's really helped us. So after Hudders, you moved on to Shivaji Science, I think, where both of us were there in the same section. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know which way. So how was your? I think your father was teaching in Shivaji Science, or he was in DNC.
No, my father, he was a professor in Dhanavati National College. Though the society was same, so that of course, I had an inclination towards the society. So I was observing him going to the college, and taking the classes, coming back, and he was enjoying his lectures and preparing for his classes sometimes, and then used to share with me a lot of good memories about incidences, because those he was tutoring the postgraduate. So most of the things he used to get the crowds from African countries and all that stuff. So those memories used to share with me. So I mean, a little, I was enthusiastic about the that society, and eventually I got into that. I got to sit there and close to my house, very close. So yeah.
Okay, that's lovely. So, so after 11, 12, did you continue in the same college for your graduation?
Yeah, I continue in the same organization for my Bachelor of Science with Electronics. Yeah. So I graduated from there, and then I came into tutoring. But then simultaneously I used to play also badminton. That I never gave it up. We used to stay very close to the college, so all the friends eventually, by bicycling, and we used to do a lot of, we enjoy a lot of, we used to enjoy companies, each other's company a lot, and then bicycling was a major event. We used to have trips to the airports, sometimes to the Ambassador Garden and all that. So bicycling was the fun those days, because the traffic was really less. Now I step into the Bangalore, I just cannot imagine the city. Each and every place is different now. Yeah.
Very true. Okay. So you mentioned that you started taking some amount of classes even during your graduation, and post that you become more into tutoring. So what subject did you start teaching, and how did that journey start off?
Yeah, the thing I started like, oh, I see. Okay. The thing I started like, I used to teach my siblings, I'm eldest in the family. So I used to try my tutoring on them. Eventually, then, my father realized, okay, I can make out that you are just going into depth and very simple way you are tutoring. So you have that, knack. So I neglected it. I was taking it very easily. But later on, when I conducted my first batch, I got a really, really very good response. And then I thought it's not only my, it's like a hobby or a passion. What if my passion, turns into my profession?
Okay.
So then I started taking little, seriously. Yeah, that's how it is.
One another fascinating thing about you, and I can definitely say that because um, you have tutored my younger daughter, because I think we were struggling to find someone, and she was very scared of chemistry, and she wants to pursue an field into the science. And I am very bad at chemistry, so we're trying to figure out how to do it. And then we got in touch with you, and you conducted it online. And Priyasha, my
Yeah.
younger daughter, she has very, very high regard, and she actually started enjoying the subject after you taught her for a couple of years, which was there. Um,
Oh, I see.
Now, and you have done it online. So my question
Yeah.
is, when you're looking at tutoring either face to face and vis-a-vis online, what are the challenges which you face online, or what might be the advantages? One advantage I can definitely say that, as you said, Bangalore traffic. We don't,
Mhm.
neither you had to travel to my place or I had to travel to your place, which is going to be 2 hours plus kind of journey which is there, and the classes could be held. But what are some of the challenges specifically as a teacher, when you are
Yeah.
running an online class or tutoring?
Look, when I was in the Nagpur, I
Hmm.
was only using the state curriculum, and I got exposure to the state curriculum because I
Okay.
only studied in the state curriculum. So it
Hmm.
was a very straightforward curriculum. But the methodology was like a step-by-step learning in a very systematic way,
Hmm.
easy way of doing the thing.
Hmm.
I got married and I got a chance to go to Jamnagar,
Okay.
Gujarat.
Hmm.
So my husband was with Indian Air Force, and then I got a chance of tutoring in that base. Yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
because most of the Air Force school and CBSE schools, those are having the CBSE curriculum, central
Hmm.
schools. I mean.
Okay.
So the thing is like since those localities are very much in the interior,
Hmm.
disconnected from the cities,
Hmm.
so there people were desperately looking for, it was a time, I mean, in the year of 1994, 95. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
So very a few, these difficulty solving things, sessions they were looking for. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And eventually the same time I reached there. So
Hmm.
people were just, I got a huge response and I managed to satisfy them. But
Okay.
it was starting with the CBSE,
Hmm.
I studied in such a manner so that during my school days also I am not studying that much because
Uh,
always the performance pressure was there. Yeah,
uh,
and it's not like you are a very intelligent person and you are delivering a very great lecture, but you should have that capacity to go to the depth and trail and tell the student in a very simple method. Yeah,
hmm.
the
Hmm.
conceptual learning, you can say.
Hmm.
So I simultaneously developed it, by those days YouTube video and all those social media things were not available, so
Hmm.
only books were was used to be my friends. And
Yeah.
yeah, then looking into getting the some feedbacks from the student, that looking at the development, then
Hmm.
I started enjoying it, and it was my learning as well as the tutoring journey started.
Hmm.
There
Okay.
I wanted to, tell you in Jamnagar, it was a India-Pakistan border, and a lot of night flying used to happen in the cantonment.
Hmm.
So I used to enjoy even that after my tutoring sessions, and
Hmm.
I used to visit hangars even, more often
Hmm.
with my husband, and I got a chance to, get into the cockpits of
Wow.
even these MiG-21s and MiG-29 those days,
Wow.
little outdated aircraft, but still,
I know.
it was a moment. Yeah, I never thought in my life that I will get this chance. Yeah,
Okay. So, as you spoke about, so do I understand
yeah,
correctly that when you're looking at online as a medium, because this we
yeah.
spoke about offline, it's a very similar kind of mode, or is there any kind of special? Uh, because I still see, because it's the last 1.5 years, everything moved online, and the teachers really struggled who were in offline mode to get into online. But you seem to have
Yeah.
got it pretty well. So
Yeah.
how do you
The thing is
differentiate
like,
between the two? Hmm.
yeah, that's true. The thing is like, see, when you have a very good experience in the offline mode, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, and your concept and your delivery is really well polished, like, this
Hmm.
is the way we have to put up the things, right?
Hmm.
Then when, you know, in 95, 1995, I
Hmm.
got a chance to shift to Bangalore. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
So this is the city when I entered, I saw, a lot of IT development was happening those days.
Hmm.
Then I was little confused whether to make my career in IT, starting
Okay.
from the scratch,
Ah.
because I was not having any base. But then I saw the IT culture here. It is, it is very much what you can say, packing of these online things, yeah, happening.
Hmm.
But in those days also online thing was not in Bangalore's no it was not so popular in Bangalore. Only
Hmm.
Skype sessions people used to have. But that time Bangalore was also not that crowded, so
Hmm.
students used to visit me, yeah,
Hmm.
for classes, and it was running smoothly.
Okay.
What happened? One day I came across the company named Tutor Vista. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they were asking the experienced tutors
Hmm.
who can teach the students all over the globe, not
Hmm.
only in US, all over the globe. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it was little fascinating for me, and I poured my full enthusiasm and learned that technology. It was I still remember
Hmm.
it was a 5 day session and 8 hours a day.
Oh.
Continuously, it was going on and on and on.
Okay.
And once I completed that training, and I got a big envelope of the tutor vista for the offer letter and all of things,
Ah.
my joy really no new bounds. I was so fascinated,
Ah.
because I never thought of in my life that this
Hmm.
kind of arrangements were there, yeah, when in terms of tutoring or communication and all that.
Hmm.
Then the platform kept changing one after another, because Bangalore is a hub. You can know, IT hub. Everybody knows that, Silicon
Hmm.
Valley of India.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the parents, they also yeah, they never hesitated.
Hmm.
Yeah, those are well with the IT background. They
Hmm.
never hesitated. Enrolling their kids for the online tutoring,
Hmm.
because by the time I gained experience through the companies, through various platforms, their whiteboards. Earlier, we used to write with the mouse. Can you
Yeah.
think? Big proofs and diagrams, everything. There was no proper tools, whiteboard, very basic whiteboard.
Hmm.
So I used to struggle, but just in order to make it happen, I used to draw the diagram, geometrical proofs, and write the proofs with the proper statement and reasons with the mouse. It
Ah.
was so, but still enthusiasm was there. It kept me going. And
Hmm.
even, yeah, my family members also cooperated a lot.
Ah.
So the, yeah, the stage I reached, in 2 to 3 years,
Hmm.
that not only my parent company, Tutor Vista, but
Hmm.
a lot of startups from the abroad, like US,
Hmm.
UK, Australia, they try to approach me. They were approaching me, yeah,
Hmm.
just to get the info about the interface. That
Hmm.
they wanted to know, because
Hmm.
they were looking Bangalore as a very good base, tutor base
Hmm.
for hiring, yeah, and they will operate from other countries. That was the
Hmm.
idea, yeah.
Hmm.
So I got to know. Then I interacted with those, the entrepreneurs, and
Hmm.
then usually the meetings used to happen in my residence. So, the cultural, that everything comes then after cultural differences, this, that. So how to gel with those, then all the training. Suppose if you are working with some country, so the
Hmm.
country's culture very clearly, how
Hmm.
the things are happening, the methodologies they are adapting, all those
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah. So the major challenge what because I was appointed as a tutor manager once upon a time to train the other tutors. So we have to mold ourselves in with their this thing, what you can say, how their pronunciation and all that stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
they will get gel to us, the way
True.
of the way the way they speak, the way they interact,
Hmm.
we have to mold ourselves, because in India the tutors are super fast, and even we are used to that since our childhood.
Uh,
So but that thing was not working there, yeah.
hmm.
So then we have molded ourselves, then things went really well. So I got one entrepreneur in almost one prominent country. One is in
Wow.
Australia, US, UK. So I got pretty confident, now the
Hmm.
things I can handle really very proper way. So that happened. And one after another, these chances, I got the opportunities. Bangalore is a place, you name it and you get it. That sort of, if you work hard. So eventually, I got a call one day from one Singapore company.
Hmm.
So this, it was, yeah, those days it used to give the linguistic training to the corporates.
Okay.
So what happened? They asked me to have a linguistic training to the VPs of all the most of the good companies.
Hmm.
So those were expats, and they don't know really ABC of Hindi,
Hmm.
and they were around age of maybe I was in my 30s, and they
Hmm.
were in their 50s. So that much of the age
Age
difference.
difference.
I never, I never step into any corporate office. My online tutoring was properly going on, and my tutoring with the academies was properly done. And but then yeah, somehow I just took it as my uh, I'll get a exposure sort of. So I accepted that, and then
Hmm.
I joined.
Hmm.
So there I saw again the how to bridge that gap,
Hmm.
because in online tutoring, when I used to get the classes, those I used to get from first grade child till 10th grade child.
Okay.
So I had a little idea how to mold the tutoring to where to adjust the tone and how to get along with that.
Hmm.
So and to manage with this age group
Hmm.
with the very basic letters, then you can
Hmm.
imagine. But somehow they were so enthusiastic and interactive. So
Hmm.
I never felt like, I am doing that. The session used to go really well with the proper whiteboard and proper training material.
Hmm.
Everything was fantastically arranged. And
Hmm.
after 30 minutes of tutoring, they used to have that, and later on again good discussions on culture, difference in the culture, Indian culture, our
Hmm.
culture, what are the pros and cons, all
Hmm.
that stuff.
Hmm.
So it used to be a somehow training for me as well. So yeah, it was a nice experience.
Okay, I think it's lovely that you got a variety of experience and not only teaching people from, as you said, first to class 10, and then you are also going about tutoring or training corporate people who are there. Um, I think one other very interesting facet will be that um, you have not only taught in India, but because of the online medium, you have been able to interact with students from different countries which is there. So from your perspective, did you see any major difference between, let's say, Indian curriculum vis-a-vis curriculum from maybe other countries like, let's say, USA or Australia as an example? India itself has got three different, as you pointed out. We all studied in state curriculum, and then you had to pick up on
Yeah,
the CBSE, which itself has got some differences. So do you see any major
yeah,
difference about the curriculum?
yeah, yes, good question,
Okay.
lot of difference actually I can make out.
Ah,
First thing is they are the syllabus is very precise, yeah.
okay. Hmm.
And content wise, topics they are giving, those
Hmm.
are practically applicable, which we use in practice.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
those topics are included from the very basic standards.
Hmm.
So though the syllabus is not very vast, they
Hmm.
enjoy the learning in a very
Hmm.
methodical way. you know.
Hmm.
So their, books are designed in such a manner, like they will make one story. Child will, it will enjoy the story. Then
Hmm.
some kind of a diagrammatic representation will come. So they are just feeling that we are, going through the encyclopedia. It's not
Okay.
a proper textbook as such that
Uh,
we'll get some burden out of it, you know.
hmm.
Whereas in
Hmm.
our state board, we used to do 30 questions in a one day, like competing.
Uh,
It will keep on the pen keep on running. It will never used to end until 1 o'clock. Sometimes I will remember in 10th grade. So those things are not there. They are very good in that, like what exactly child needs at that particular age group. That is that much only included in the curriculum. And
hmm.
even we can make out as I have seen as we go higher and higher grade wise,
Hmm.
they have still maintained that,
Hmm.
they are
Hmm.
not that same method keeps going
Hmm.
everywhere till
Hmm.
engineering I have seen.
Hmm.
Yeah, engineering, they are finishing the engineering in 6 months early than what the child in India he
Oh,
finishes. That's my
okay.
observation. Yeah, and
Hmm.
they got into a job very quickly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because maybe their practical things,
Orientation which is there. Yeah. Hmm.
orientation is like that.
Okay. I think it's wonderful. You gave us pretty good insight about how tutoring happens. So people like me as a teacher, I have picked up some good points which is there, and I think other people, either as a student or as parent, also it gives them a good insight about things. And now let's move to the last round, which is a little bit more fun round, or we call it Ask Me Anything or AMA as a round. So let me ask you the first thing which you uh, because you mentioned it a couple of times during our interaction even today, um, and shows the passion which you have. So you have been playing badminton, and you also spoke about inter school competition or even inter class competitions which were there. So uh, how much of when you have looked at badminton, till what level did you progress, or did you move on to inter school, and are you, and the more important question will be, are you still able to continue with that particular passion of yours of badminton even today?
Yeah, yeah, good. Actually, see, that things happen like, as we have, I have a lot of facilities in school. Yeah. So
uh,
I used to play the badminton as
hmm,
my, hobby. But
hmm,
then my sports teacher, he realized that, okay, she is having some potential
hmm.
and I can just make her, try for that, for the state level competition.
Oh,
Okay, for
hmm.
my age group.
Okay.
That time I was only 11 years old.
Hmm,
Yeah, hardly 11, 12 years old. Yeah.
hmm,
So I was not even knowing how the matches are played and the rules of the matches. He
hmm,
used to only few of us girls. He used to tell that, okay, you stay back after school and then do some practice and then fine, we will see what happens.
uh,
Then I was chosen. Yeah, fortunately I was the one who was chosen for for that particular competition.
hmm.
And tournaments were happening in the Thane, Mumbai.
Okay. Okay.
I not even crossed my district, Nagpur.
Uh,
But then I thought, okay, fine, I have to go somehow.
hmm,
I was
hmm,
very much determined that time. And
hmm,
I was feeling very proud of it, because the first time that to state level I'm going to play.
hmm.
I was not knowing the importance of it though, but
Okay.
it happened.
Uh,
Then my parents were earlier reluctant, saying that, okay, well, we don't know what are the arrangements there, this, that. But then somehow my sports master, they convinced. Yeah. And
okay.
then I played that.
Hmm,
While playing there, I realized that, okay, play wise, I can manage very well. But
hmm,
then I used to play on the cement ground on the
hmm,
Hadasaspi course,
hmm,
where the wooden grounds and all the players, they are competing with me.
hmm,
They used to happen and play in the clubs and play with they are like very regular players. I was
hmm,
having a practice of only hardly 4 to 5 months.
hmm,
So yeah, I was little nervous that time, but later, but then I was determined and somehow I managed to play and very good game. The only thing is that my shoes used to skid often, and I
Oh,
used to again manage it and used to play. But
uh,
somehow I got for the runner. Yeah. So I got the silver medal there, and then
wow.
we returned, and then my school also did a lot of during our what you can say. We used to have the assembly, right, in the
Hmm,
morning time before
hmm,
starting the school.
hmm.
There I was honored and all, so it was really a great moment. Yeah, still I remember it. And then the girls which I used to play, yeah,
Hmm.
those days
Hmm.
they met me 4 years back.
Ah,
Yeah. And fortunately, I have facility to play here still as a part of my exercise and my hobby. I managed to play somehow,
okay.
maybe 3, 4 days a week, something like that.
Ah,
So two of us we played there. It was
okay.
a nostalgic moment. I won't forget it. Yeah, I really
Okay.
enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay, that's lovely. So, I think another part which is very interesting in your life journey is that you have spent a substantial amount of your time in two cities mostly. One is Nagpur and another is Bangalore. Now, if you have to
Mhm,
compare from a quality of living in those two in these two
mhm,
cities, how will you?
mhm.
What are the good things about living in Nagpur, and what might be certain things which are very nice about living in Bangalore?
Yeah. See, 24 years of my life I spent in Nagpur, and
Ah,
then until now I am in Bangalore. Yeah. So the very first thing that fascinated me when I landed in the Bangalore is the weather. Yeah, which the humidity used to, irritate me a lot in Nagpur. So
ah,
I got some relief. I can just manage in this, because my efficiency of work anyhow it was on at its high that I
hmm,
could make up.
hmm,
The second thing is when it comes to food,
hmm.
Bangalore has got a red soil, Nagpur has got a black cotton soil. Always I found that the whatever the vegetables and fruits grown in the black cotton soil are much superior than the
Wow.
fruits and veggies in Bangalore.
Hmm,
That is a major difference I can make out. That cannot satisfy us at all. Yeah. And yeah, when it comes to the already I have mentioned you, right? Bangalore is a hub where we have to we have got a lot of opportunities. You need to just grab it. That is there. But
hmm,
Nagpur has got that restriction, to some
hmm.
extent. Of course,
Yeah.
Nagpur is also flourishing
Hmm,
because I visit Nagpur just once in a 4 years, something like that. So
hmm,
every now and then I find that okay, new establishments and so many things happening.
hmm,
So that way, in the digital world, this is Nagpur is also progressing.
hmm,
Yeah, and when I realized when I used to compare the students' point of view in
hmm,
Bangalore and Nagpur.
hmm,
So Nagpur has really good excuses not attending the college. They are not very much, hard and fast on that. But then
ah,
they are really enjoying the tuitions and their good time with the friends, this, that, chit-chatting, hanging out. Bangalore students are really hard pressed because they have to travel a lot. And if they are doing everything there in one group, their classes and their regular coach tuition classes and mostly technical degree techno schools, yeah, the
hmm,
students are really hard pressed. They need to struggle a lot there
hmm.
because of the traveling time and all.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, looks like you are showing a little bit more love for your present city, which is Bangalore, and might antagonize some of the friends of yours who are based in Nagpur. But anyway, we'll leave it for an offline discussion at that point in time. Okay, so let's move to the next one, which is about, let's say, a very important part, at least for me.
Sunil, sorry to interrupt. I
Ah,
would like to tell you one thing. Like
ah,
as my friends and I grew up in the Nagpur, but
hmm,
then people, most of the friends were busy in their routine and or maybe in their professional life they were very
hmm,
busy. But during after these WhatsApp connections and all, the groups have connected everybody together. Yeah,
hmm,
and then I would like to mention one incident where one of our friend has called us. She was in the mayor, yeah. She was with the military cantonment in the
Hmm.
Himachal Pradesh. So where there all the the college friends we grouped together, and we had a very nice get together there. And yeah, being the lady of the cantonment, first lady of the cantonment, that experience was just you cannot just put it in the words. So that
Hmm.
sort of amazing experience, and we
Hmm.
came really close to one another. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's I think was something, because I was also a part of it, and I can vouch for that. It was one of the wonderful meets which we all had. Yeah. The next one, as I said, is about, I think, important aspect is about food. So now, as you being the first lady of your house, and the person home minister of the house, how do you
I
manage
see.
a balance that your family, how much of home cooked food they will have, and how much of outside food they have? Because as you pointed out, with technology coming in, specifically places like Bangalore, uh,
Yeah.
food can be ordered at a if you have a mobile phone, it can just be ordered immediately. So how do you
Yeah.
maintain the balance at your home?
Yeah, that's true. Good question. Look, I have a very young crowd nowadays in the home. Like their taste buds demands a lot. Yeah,
uh,
that I can make out. But then if I'm fully energetic and I'm able to cater, then definitely I do home cooked food, little bit good, preparation, and I invest little, good time in that
hmm,
preparation.
hmm,
But then sometimes if I am with my own venture and project, and I'm not able to cook, and
hmm,
then even I feel okay, fine, we should party now because it's a long time all are working.
uh,
So, but definitely, I would like to treat myself as well. Then all of us, yeah, fine. Then everybody will demand their own way, and we'll have gala time. That's true. Bangalore is having that, yeah. Now I think it has spread in the, not even in Bangalore, but Nagpur and other cities are also enjoying the
hmm,
Swiggy, Zomato. Yeah,
hmm,
that's true. But it is really helping for the, working ladies.
hmm.
It's like sometimes it is on-time help
Correct, correct. Hmm.
that works a lot for us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I think you mentioned about you being surrounded by youngsters. The youngsters are growing up. So the next question is around that. That when are you planning to get your sons married, and what will be the requirements from you, from your daughter-in-law to become your daughter-in-law?
Oh, that's really a very tough question. And you are asking me this question in tough but funny though. And you are asking me in this digital world. So, I never thought of it before.
Hmm,
Uh, but still, I maintain a very friendly environment. I have very friendly environment in my house.
hmm,
My sons are looking at me as their friends.
hmm,
We share a very good time and all that stuff. So
hmm,
definitely, I will be looking. We cannot expect much, but because now I can make out they have their own choices, and they are really doing well. I mean, they have that capacity to do that. The
hmm,
thing is, like, I'm also looking as a friend. Yeah, maybe she will look our conversation. She
hmm,
be very tension mein na hai. So fine. But then,
hmm.
yeah, definitely yes. I will welcome her as my friend.
Uh, that's a very lovely thought, and
Friendly, yeah,
yeah,
friendly daughter-in-law. I
friendly
want that
daughter-in-law. Yeah.
because I have only
It,
2 sons. I never enjoyed the company of a daughter. So
yes.
yes,
So you will be
looking forward to
welcoming a
that.
daughter coming to your place, who will be more than a daughter, will be your friend. And maybe you can play badminton with her, and also most of the time beat her, because you being the state champion, which is
Oh,
there.
hope so. Hope
Vishak,
so.
yes, Vishaka, I think it was such a wonderful journey which you had, from um from the excitement of your studying. I think that got reflected into your profession, where when you got into tutoring, and You have been doing a wonderful job, and you are basically adjusting to the demands which are coming up. So online medium, you have adjusted well before. For 5-6 years, or maybe even more than that, you have been doing online
Yes.
tutoring in addition
Now
to
it's
everything which you
already
do.
almost 17 years, almost 17 years.
Oh, 17 years. Yeah. So many of us were not even aware about how to use a Skype call, or maybe use a computer even at that point in time. Yeah. So you have been doing that, and uh, your interests are so much wide, and you look at life in such a holistic manner. Yeah. So it has been a wonderful 45 minutes of discussion which we had with you. And thanks a lot for taking the time out and sharing about your life details and your preferences, and uh, what excites you about life in general. Yeah. So thanks a lot
Yeah.
for coming on this particular. So one more time, thanks a lot for taking this opportunity. Hopefully we can connect again. We are in the same city. Yeah. So let's try to do
Yeah.
that.
Thank you so much, Sri. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye. Then.
Have a nice time. Bye.